Americans, do me a favor. Close your eyes. Close it. Okay. I want you to remember Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I'm standing in front and filibustering for democracy. If that's too far back, leap ahead, and I want you to remember Millie Grant from Scandal and her empowering stance she took on the Senate floor. Do you remember these people? Do you remember these moments? Of course you do. Want to know why? Because they were magical. They were empowering. So keep that in your head, and let's go to what just happened when the Democrats, I don't know, 11 of you, decided to vote with the Republicans and Trump MAGA? What? With the Republicans in order to get through closure, in order to pass temporarily, I realize, their budget. Okay, so the federal government does not shut down. Do you know you could have filibustered? Yeah, I do know you know that because you made a lot of excuses why you didn't. Do you want to know how they filibuster in today's day and age? They send an email. This is the problem. You send a what? You send an email saying we're going to filibuster? Stop it right now. Number one, there is no way 10 of you should have sided with the other side. No way, Chuck. I don't know what the heck you're doing. I think you're broken, sir. It's time to step aside. There is no way anybody should have sided with that insane asylum of a political party right now. Also, an email for a filibuster? This is how you break democracy. You want to know what you do, Democrats? You filibust. You stand on that floor and you do not cede. Do you know how powerful that moment could have been? Do you know how incredible it would have been for the American public to see you put yourself in harm's way, stand up there through thick and thin in order to get your message across? You know what you could have talked about? You could have talked about the United States using soft power with U.S. aid and how they gutted it, how that is gone. You are no longer a leader in the international community. You could have talked about the UN as an international peacekeeping organization that has done more under ECOSOC, you're going to have to explain that to them because they don't know what it is, for the entire world than we can possibly imagine. You can explain to them the separation of powers and how the United States government was established to never allow a king to ever take over. You can talk about judicial independence and how incredibly important it is to have the judicial branch protecting the Constitution and fundamental rights and freedoms, all the while being the final check on executive and legislative power in that country. You could have spoken about the incoming cuts to Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. You could have talked about history, about civics. You could have educated the whole population because let's be honest, MAGA Republicans are gutting it. You could have been their teachers. You could have stood there and given them history lessons of presidents. You could have given them lessons about civics, about the incredible moments in time where the United States has stood for we the people. You could have condemned actions of bullying, of treason, of oligarchical formation and overtaking of the government. You could have done all of that. And you know how much media coverage you would have gotten? All of it. And you would have gotten it authentically because you would have been the power in that moment. You would have been the people putting yourself on the line in order to educate and inspire the American people. What I can promise you, Democrats, is that what they're looking for. They're looking for inspiration. And if you are still the kind of Democrat that just wants to send off an email, step aside and let the inspirational people of this generation take your place, because I promise you, they're intelligent, they're passionate, and if you move the hell out of the way, they'll change the world. And it ain't happening with an email, hon.